Good morning. My name is David Manzik. I'm an associate professor and dean in the Faculty of Education at the University of Manitoba. And I'm going to take the next few minutes just to talk a bit about some of my recent scholarly work with my co-author, Shelley Hasanoff. We've written a book recently called Case Studies in Educational Foundations, Canadian Perspectives, and it involves 30 case studies that looks at myths, bandwagons, and moral panics, specifically as unwarranted certainties. So we look at unwarranted certainties as examples of the kinds of things that we're certain about in teaching and learning and educational settings without any real justifiable evidence. And in particular, what I find most interesting is the chapter on moral panics, which are these exaggerated fears about what is going on in society, exaggerated fears about the damage to the social fabric of society. And when moral panics arise, they often arise very, very quickly. They're inflamed by media coverage, very intense at times. And often what we find about moral panics is that they subside as quickly as they arise. And this is due in part by the fact that the media does take hold of some of these. They inflame some of these situations, sometimes to their own advantage. And then often the result is changes in policies and regulations. There's a number of recent and common moral panics. One in particular involves the achievement in math of early and middle years teachers and their students, and so there's quite a concern about improving the state of things based on pan-Canadian and international test scores. Another moral panic involves technology and involves the use of cell phones, social media, violent video games. Particular cell phones and social media can cause a problem in classrooms, and often you find staffs in schools very divided as to whether or not they should be used for educational purposes or not. Another common moral panic involves the professional conduct of teachers. So in the book, we highlight a number of cases that involve some indiscretions by teachers, some unprofessional conduct, and the way in which those kinds of situations have been taken hold of and inflamed by the media, and the resulting effects on schools and school systems. If you'd like to know more about myths, bandwagons, and moral panics, in particular moral panics, I'd encourage you to go to our book and see if you can learn a bit more from there. Thank you very much.